Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Welcome to Polestar here today as a guest visitor in the Manhattan Classic Car Club. This is the Polestar, and we come from Sweden. That's where I started my journey this morning in Gothenburg, and Gothenburg might ring a bell. Obviously, there's a connection to a car company that has already for long years its home in Gothenburg, Volvo. This is where some of us were working before, and where actually the idea about this new brand, Polestar, was born. It started kind of 4 years ago, when the whole car industry started getting into a new era. A lot of topics that we know very well today were kind of first time created and heard of 4 years ago. Thinking about these things 4 years ago, well, some of it obviously resulted in what will be happening within the brand Volvo. But some of these ideas that we thought about were not fitting to this mother brand, Volvo. But they were too good, these ideas, to just bin them and throw them away. So we felt like, as crazy as it is, but we felt like there is a good reason why not take these ideas and bring them into a new brand, found a new brand, a thing that a lot of people will say is impossible to do, but we felt like, no, it is possible. We are here to present to you not only our first car, but as well what the brand Polestar will be about. We believe the future of mobility is electric. Two reasons for why we believe this is the way forward. One is, we owe this to society, because in the future it will be unacceptable to have exhaust polluting the environment. This is, I think, a very clear thing forward. But that would be a very sad thing to think about, us loving cars, if there wouldn't be the other element. And that is that actually the propulsion of an electric engine is a great propulsion. It's fun to drive an electric car. And as much as we talk today about great technology from the past, combustion engines, we will be talking about the great technology in electric cars in the years to come. And that is what we embrace. That is what we want to push forward and promote, how much and how great electric propulsion can be in a car. So, we did our first car, the Polestar 1, and I want to go through what great technology in this car as the first kind of introduction and masterpiece of what the future will bring. And I will play now 3 clips that will highlight the 3 great technology bits and pieces in our Polestar 1. And we start with the electric drivetrain in this car, which is what we call the double E-rad. It's 2 electric engines sitting at the rear axle, and each of them is driving one of the wheels in the rear. And the cool thing about this double E-rad is that it enables a modern way of the torque. We all know the differential working in the way that the inner wheel, that in a band, that should not spin as much as the outer wheel. So you slow down the inner wheel, and that is the way how a car goes around the band. Now with the torque vectoring that we can do with a double electric engine in that rear of this car, you actually do the opposite. Instead of slowing down the inner wheel, you accelerate the outer wheel. So the experience of going with that car through a bendy, curvy road is opposite to what we learned that actually going in a bend, it's slowing down the car. No, it's actually keeping a speed and even accelerating almost the car. So it's a much more agile and lively way how you go through a curvy road. That's the great thing about torque vectoring with this 2 engines driving each wheel in the rear axle. Together with the combustion engine in the front, this hybrid drivetrain develops 600 horsepower, but the great thing is the torque, 1,000 Newton meters of torque in the Polestar 1. How do we feed the electric drivetrain in the Polestar 1? Well, this is the combination of the hybrid battery that we have anyway sitting in the chassis of this car, but we triple the power of this battery by putting another 2 stacks of this battery on top of the rear axle. So all in all, this develops 34 kilowatt of battery power. That is more than enough to get a pure electric range of 150 kilometers, so above 100 miles. That would be actually the hybrid car with the longest pure electric range out there in the market. Great about this is, of course, the weight distribution. By putting the engine in the front, the battery on top of the rear axle, you get a slight 51% weight distribution to the rear, 49% to the front. So for a sports car, really ideal, almost totally neutral relation between front and rear axle. Last but not least, the body construction. We have a steel floor pan, and on top of that, each and every panel then is glued, bonded from carbon fiber on top of it. This combination gives us, again for a sports car, an incredible advantage. We lower the center of gravity by having the steel in the bottom and the lightweight carbon fiber on top. And that, together with the weight distribution of rear and front axle, is actually a really, really amazing sport chassis to drive. And you can see that in our test. It really is handling incredibly well, that car, because of all these prerequisites. We are in the phase where we are driving the car. We had first tests last winter season. We are fine-tuning the chassis and all the combination of the hybrid drivetrain. And we were actually showing and performing already in the Goodwood Festival of Speed, going up the hill climb with the Polestar 1. This is where we do now the second run of our prototypes, which will be much more about getting all the fit and finishes more production ready before we actually move into the factory, which we are building for the Polestar 1. This will be low volume production plant, so there's not this typical belt in there. The cars will be individually handled, and all in all, we will have a production volume of around 500 cars per year. The factory is in the making, should be all ready by the end of the year, together with the first installment of the machinery. So next year, January, we will start producing in the factory the prototypes, and by the mid-2019, we will swap over to production for our customers. We will have a test track going around the factory so that customers coming to our factory can experience what the Polestar 1 can do. This is an ambassador for us. Obviously, the aim with Polestar is not to get stuck with low volume production of 500 cars per year. But this car is very much an ambassador, a dream car that presents what the brand Polestar is about. Being pure, being progressive, and embracing performance. Pure our design, but of course as well about having electric drivetrain in our car. Progressive in terms of embracing the future with technology that can solve, in an exciting and emotional way, today's problems. And on the other hand, performance as something that is the prerequisite for a premium brand, that we not only in the product, but as well as a company, are high performing and fast in our deliveries. This is the ground that we stand on, and what you can see today, of course, is not so much the products out there on the street, but you can follow us and see us when we go exhibit our cars, where we go and do events like here, and you get a feel for what our brand stands for. My background, and I should have explained that maybe before, I have been designing cars all my life. That is what I do not only for living, that's what I do as a passion. And I really embrace good design, taste, not only in the product, but as well as a whole expression of a brand. And this is what we definitely aim for with Polestar, to deliver from A to Z a brand that has style and has a modern feel and look, but as well in the relation to the customers is. And this is what Polestar definitely is aiming for, to be beyond what the car industry could achieve today in terms of modern approach towards the customer. In a world full of clutter, the elegant simplicity of Polestar is delivering a welcome break from the noise. Understated sustainable luxury is something that will be hugely attractive. And I think that little phrase, sustainable understated luxury, describes very well what the brand Polestar is standing for and what we want to deliver. So, our idea about addressing the customer is completely different. The way you interact with the brand Polestar starts with the web. From the web, you go on your mobile device, and from the very first contact through the process of getting to know the brand, ordering your car, to owning the car, will be a journey which is a digital journey. In connection to the digital stream, we will as well establish physical places. We call them Polestar spaces. They will be in the city, in the metropole. We will have the big regions covered, Europe, China, and the US with Polestar spaces. And there you can go for a test ride with a car. You can talk to the people about things that you would love to traditionally know. You will not be pushed into buying anything. You can go online later at home, do a subscription, or order the car. So this combination of a very good digital journey and having our Polestar spaces physically out there should be the modern way of connecting directly to our customers. With the Polestar 1, we introduce our journey, but very soon, and this is spring 2019, we will be showing and presenting our second product. This is the Polestar 2. We actually felt that it's right time to go out there and bring with Polestar 2 a car that will, I call it now, join what Tesla is starting with the Model 3. We will bring a car in the segment of the Tesla Model 3, so size-wise, price range-wise, and as well when it comes to performance, we will be going out there and having a product that is competing with the Tesla Model 3. We will have our take on the design on it. It will definitely be a more avant-garde, a more pushy design with it. Having said that, it should address as well people who love to drive cars. So the performance aspect, how the car drives and how it behaves on the road, should really fulfill the enthusiasts' needs. And from beginning of 2020, we will start delivering this car to our customers. Then 1 year later, 2021, we will present our third product in our range. This will be then a bigger SUV, but not the way you know SUVs today. It will have a more aerodynamic, a more lower roofline, still sitting high and getting that kind of nice position that you seek in an SUV. So Polestar 3 will kind of settle in between Polestar 2 and Polestar 1 in terms of size and in terms of price as well. Stay connected to us. Come to our webpage. You will find the journal where all the stories about our journey ahead will be captured, where you can follow us and, of course, get more information. And at the end of the day, if you would like to subscribe to the Polestar 1. This is our Polestar evening here in Manhattan. Thanks a lot for coming tonight. I'm really looking forward to having a drink, meeting you, and talk a bit more about our great products. Thanks for the attention.